Papa Brad, welcome to the iiRcadians, the show for fans of the iiRcade. While you're here, don't forget to slam that like button, and why don't you subscribe to the channel? It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Thank you, and on with the show, iiRcadians assemble. Hey, what's happening?
Caught me off guard, Brad. I thought it was the 10-minute intro.
I know. I normally do the 10-minute intro. Okay, wait a minute. Since y'all asked for it.
No.
Since y'all asked for it.
I
got to play this one for Glenn. Glenn likes this movie. We'll play for Glenn.
We got Blue here, too. Blue's even saying hello.
This is iiRcade.
This is the arcade experience. We're ColecoVision, and we bring the arcade experience home. With arcade graphics, like Donkey Kong with multiple screens, just like the arcade game. Arcade controls, joystick, fire, and jump buttons. Arcade games, like Turbo, Cosmic Avenger, Venture, with 15 screens. And Zaxxon, games that let you have the arcade experience. Now you can bring the arcade experience home. Because your vision is our vision. ColecoVision.
Star Trek will not be presented tonight, so that we may bring you the following special program.
Now, a special program in living color on NBC.
That's what I was expecting. Okay, now we can start the show.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We have the Godfather of retro gaming here with us today. A huge iiRcadians, salute to Glen's Retro Show. Good to see you, Glenn.
Glad to be here. Blue, too. We're both happy to be here.
How's Blue doing these days?
He's doing good. He's
nice.
He's looking his age a little bit. He just turned 70.
Yeah.
But he's doing good. Thanks again to the community. The community has been great.
Beautiful.
Now we'll talk about some iiRcade community, right?
That's right. And this is the show. We're the show for the community. I would like to introduce, say hello to Kev Gret.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the show. I haven't seen you doing much content lately, but I've seen you on Rexer. How you doing?
Yeah, sometimes you just get burnt out doing things because you just don't see a point in it. So I've been not doing as many videos. I actually filmed one today. I'm going to put out about the At Games Legends, just a quick video. And next week with the PSVR, I'm going to stream live all week, like every day. I'm going to go live. And that's providing I get my unit on time. So I got more content coming.
Cool.
I did have COVID, so it was a couple weeks where I
Yeah,
wasn't
well,
myself. So I had
you
to
feel
just
back to
relax.
yourself now?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. My
that's
energy's
good.
much better than it was a couple weeks ago. So, I
Awesome,
think anybody
awesome.
that's had it knows it takes a little bit out of you. You just need some time to chill. So
We
I'm good.
we got Nick's on the show. Glad to see you.
Next.
Have
Hey,
you
how's
beat
it
up
going, everybody?
Princess Quest yet?
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Yeah, I actually have seen level 4. That's as far as I've
Level
gotten.
4.
It
4
is
out of
brutal.
7? Is there 7, Brad, or
5,
6?
5, but
levels?
there's no continues. There's no continues. No continues allowed. Old school hard. We have a friend joining us for a counterpoint. Welcome to the show, Cuddles Arcade. Glad to see you.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Doing great. So glad you're here.
Cuddles.
Yeah,
So we got a nice full room. We got a lot of friends in the chat. What's up,
let
Carl?
Let me say something real quick.
Okay.
ColecoVision was a failure of a system. I owned it.
Okay.
Here we go. It's coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Coming in hot. We'll be getting to it. Okay. So, yeah, ColecoVision are on the iArcade. Let's just start with the biggest topic of all. Does ColecoVision belong on the iArcade? Community feedback and a poll. Okay. Let's see where the poll's at right now. Let me go and check. So what do you guys think?
Well, I'm no stranger from not talking, so I'll start off. So,
yeah.
So first, I will say ColecoVision absolutely was not a failure in any way, shape, or the form. But the thing, I talked about this actually just yesterday on the 4.5 hour
like what,
live stream that Stephen had. The iArcade, as of right now, as of still today, has the most powerful processor in the machine, in any of the machines right now. So I would like to see a lot more games that could take advantage of that. But also being a young man that I am, I do like ColecoVision games. The one game I really would like to see, though, is the one game you'll never see on it. Again, it's Donkey Kong. That could have been another loophole, ColecoVision's pack-in game was Donkey Kong. It was a great port of it. It was missing a screen. You figure that'd be a loophole, but that license is still tied up in Nintendo. They can't get it. So if that would have been one you could have gotten, that would have been bang. But, they have other great games there. They have Venture. I don't know if they'll be on. Zaxxon's another great game.
Yeah.
Smurfs. Cabbage Patch Kids. Got to get that, man.
Yeah.
Got to get some.
I had a list of games.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
We'll talk about all the games we want to see, which is cool. So I'm definitely for having ColecoVision games. I think anytime you can have more games, that's a plus. I love retro games. So this is like I said, I literally have an Atari like 3 feet away from me. So ColecoVision to me, that's something that I'm jazzed for. Check this out.
Venture.
Although that's the Atari 2600 port.
Yeah. But look, these are all
2600.
We'll never get that, of course. We'll never get that. Yeah, they're all Atari, but
Mousetrap.
These were some of the games.
Yeah.
Cuddles. I got something special for you, Cuddles. Please.
It's gonna be Carnival.
You would like this one game, wouldn't you?
I knew Carnival.
That was the
Get Cuddles his Carnival. Get his Carnival.
Yeah.
That was a great game. I enjoyed Carnival.
Yeah. It was a great game. I mean, so let's get some different viewpoints. Like for me, I'm very pro having retro games on the iArcade. What do you think, Kev Grant? Let's all just give our opinion first and see where we stand.
There's no reason to diminish choice on any system or platform. And there's 32 games or so on Coleco. It's about 9% of the entire library. And let's just say you hate Coleco. Guess what? There's a tab on the iArcade that put the Coleco. They're not mixed into your library. No. The At Games Legend throws in 125 Atari games that you can't not see and that you can't sort. So on this iArcade, if you don't like it, don't buy them and you'll never see them. But to me, I have not played some of these games. My family could not afford a ColecoVision growing up. I had to make friends with the rich kids that had Rocky and the Rocky controller and Smurfs and Zags. That's how I played the Coleco, and that's the honest to God's truth. So to see some of these games that I've never had access to, it's like Jungle King, Pepper 2. Those games are actually really
Mr. Do.
very good. Yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
Do, yeah.
Yeah. So to me, never restrict choice. If this leads to John getting Zaxxon, why not? You just don't buy them if you don't want them. So yeah, I say let's get these on here. You know, there are some games I haven't experienced on here before because, like I said, I've never played them. So it can't hurt. And it's 9% of the library. We're not talking about 49% or 60% where you have, you know, there's games that you're
awesome.
yeah.
Cuddles, we're gonna save the best for last. So let's let Nick get his word in. What do you think about ColecoVision games being on the iiRcade?
I think it's good as an option. I have nostalgia for the Atari 2600 kind of games, that era. So just that style of graphics and gameplay, simplistic gameplay. I still have nostalgia for, and I would enjoy playing them. So I'm for it, definitely.
Okay.
Have them on there.
Okay, Cuddles.
Here he goes.
Here's your chance. We're not going to interrupt.
This hair color is real, and this is real hair, and I am 58 years old. And I'm the oldest one in here. I guarantee it. I think.
Glenn, you're 58.
Younger. This is a fact. I'm 58 years old. 50. Okay. And I got the ColecoVision, I don't know, in my teenage years as a birthday present. And it had like some kind of card you had to put in there. And it was just so.
Oh, the cartridge.
Yeah. And then I had the Magnavox. I don't remember. Or maybe that was the Magnavox Odyssey where. It was like, wasn't the Magnavox Odyssey like a typewriter? But like
that was the Odyssey 2. Yeah,
that was the Odyssey 2, right?
Casey Munchkin.
Yeah.
The ColecoVision was kind of like an upgrade from the Atari. It had better graphics.
It was the last of that generation. It was right before the crash.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of the Odyssey 2 then. All right. Yeah. So
I would agree with you then. No Odyssey 2, please.
Yeah.
Except
Casey Munchkin's not bad.
I like
Pickaxe Pete's not
Munchkin.
bad. Yeah, Casey Munchkin was pretty fun. But
that one got taken away from a lawsuit by Atari.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so I may be wrong that I had a ColecoVision, whatever you call it. But I mean, I know the best game on the ColecoVision was Carnival, and I remember playing Carnival and Zaxxon, and they had Donkey Kong, but I liked the Carnival a lot. For whatever reason, I like the dings and the, you had to spell it out and spell.
It was just fun.
I don't remember,
just fun.
Yeah, I liked it. But I mean, if we got Carnival, I would be happy. Now, Brad mentioned something like they should drop it should be a pack
ColecoVision. We got that. That's 0.5. 0.5. We're skipping through all the points.
Adventure pack.
One at a time, people. One at a time.
Yeah, Cuddle's going to cover all the topics before we get a chance. I agree with you.
ColecoVision Adventure Pack 1.
Absolutely.
ColecoVision Action Pack 1. And you throw in 5 titles for $5. Why so cheap? I mean, they're not selling. You look on the iiRcade store; they're like $279.
I agree. Let's just cover that now. Let's cover that right now. ColecoVision games. I am the most anti-bundle person there is. Like, I would rather just buy the one game I want. But in the one case of ColecoVision where the games are like $3 to $5, it's the one category where it would make sense to do like a bundle of like 20 games and give us a discount. Because a lot of these games, people aren't even going to try them out because they don't have any prior knowledge. Like, I never experienced a ColecoVision when I was a kid growing up. But once emulation became available, I've played all the ColecoVision games. So now I really know a lot about them. But the average person, if they had like a bundle pack, I think they would do a lot better. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think bundling is the way to go for this particular category, especially if the license holder is all just ColecoVision. You don't have to split it up. I think that's what hurts bundles. You don't know who owns the rights to all these games that you're bundling. But, I bought the 5 or 6 that I really know and like. I probably would buy them all if there was a bundle, even if they were bad, just to have them and just to try them out. So, yeah, I agree.
Well, I think, again, like you're saying, these games being just as old as they are and as small as they are, it's still all fun games. but that might be better, getting a pack, or even getting all 32 for like $10, something along those lines. Again, I experienced the ColecoVision. I have very fond memories of that machine, and if it wasn't for the gaming crash, I really do think ColecoVision would have wiped the floor with, at the time you had Atari
They were
and you had
innovating.
television.
I mean, you could play Atari games on a ColecoVision.
Right, and that was a huge thing too. That was a huge lawsuit.
Attachment where you could actually play the Atari games.
Yep, and they were actually working on an Intellivision one as well, but of course the crash had happened. It didn't come out. They were working on a super game module, which was it actually went to the atom. It was going to use little wafers, and you would have basically had games that were almost like, for its time, a CD-ROM. It would have been the CD-ROM of the 80s. So Coleco was really innovating, and Kev, you mentioned, the football and the baseball. That super action controller was phenomenal. I mean, it was so big you can literally put your fist through the wall with this controller. But my favorite game, and that was Frontline. That was the only way to properly play Frontline, because you had the joystick from your character and use the rotation with all these buttons. It was crazy. Then they had their trackball. They came out with that. So the machine was really innovative. But I do think in this day and age, to charge maybe $3 or $4 per game might not be the right way to go. It would be to maybe bundle, even if it's 3 or 4 at a time.
To me, they're hurting themselves by making them individual in this one category.
Well, the issue may come, honestly, is because
collection type of groups would be the way to go with
it would be.
Really
it would have to be
retro games.
ColecoVision, because they have Sega. I'm sure Sega's going to say you can't give ours with Tato.
Yeah.
So they do all the Sega games, which they have a lot of good games on there. Or Exidy. Exidy had a lot of great games, like the Mousetrap. So I think if they could do something along those lines, it might be better.
I remember the Coleco had that turbo attachment, Glenn, with the steering wheel.
Correct.
It was like one of the first times I've ever seen a home console with a brake pedal, had a gas and it had a steering wheel.
And the little shifter, a little shifter on there.
It had a shifter. And I was like, this is incredible for its time,
Yep.
And so
there was a lot of good things about it.
Yeah.
The other thing I'll say with iiRcade and ColecoVision games, do not release ColecoVision games by themselves, because the fans of iiRcade hate that.
Yeah.
Unless they were 99 cents. You need something like 99 cents a game, maybe that'd be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a subsection of iiRcade fans that like retro games like Papa Brad. There's a subsection that want modern retro games like Cuddles. And I think, these kind of ColecoVision type games, I mean, they don't really stand alone as being like a game you want to put out by itself, because they'll get a lot of hate. This Princess Quest game is actually a very good ColecoVision game, but it's getting a ton of hate because it was released by itself. They did 9 stellar releases in a row.
Yeah.
And then they released this game by itself. So I think that might be something. Here's the last 10 games in order: Moon Patrol, Ninja Spirit, R-Type Leo, Vigilante, Galaxy Champions, Abraxia 2, Wizard of Walls, Ninja Baseball, Batman, Saturn. And then after all that, they dropped Princess Quest. I mean, that's
and everyone loses their mind.
Like throwing a pie in people's face.
Yeah.
I mean,
Glenn was in that live stream, right? And I think P Dubs asked, yes or no, and everybody put no. I don't know if you saw the chat, Glenn, but
there was a couple guesses, but
I'll
agree. It's
and the title probably doesn't help it. Not that if it's more like if they put it as like an adventure type game, but the fact it's called Princess, I think that kind of hurt it a lot.
It's like calling it My Little Pony, and this week we'll have My Little Pony, But
nostalgia week all over that, by the way.
Yeah, it actually is a really great retro game, and I put together a short video on what I consider are the best Coleco games on the iiRcade, because there's some good ones there, and there's a lot of ones that I would probably not recommend for most people. So let's take a quick look, and then we'll talk about the games and what we'd like to see. Sorry, Cuddles. Let's get Cuddles for you. This is Papa Brad coming at you with 11 ColecoVision games you should give a chance and try. These are all games that are available on the iiRcade. They're available for anywhere from $2.99 to $4.99 price-wise. So let's take a look at the games. First up, we have Jungle Hunt. This is a Taito classic. You get to do 4 different things. You get to swing on vines. You get to swim in the ocean with crocodiles. And you have to run and avoid boulders that are being thrown at you. And then you get to the cannibals, and you can, rescue the hostage. I want to say princess, but I'm not sure. We have a game with a princess that will be in this too, but I don't think she's a princess.
I don't think it's not a princess. It's just
a fun game. Originally changed from Jungle King to Jungle Hunt because. So Glenn, do you know the correct? You're a retro master. So who are you rescuing in Jungle Hunt? I didn't know the answer.
It's your girlfriend.
Oh, it's his girlfriend.
Just girlfriend.
Okay. One of the great things about Jungle Hunt is they had to change it. It was originally Jungle King, and the character looked like Tarzan.
Yep.
But they got
even
sued.
went he hit that scream.
Yeah.
And they got sued, of course. And so Jungle King became Jungle Hunt, which is interesting. And Jungle Hunt is what came to the Atari, and a much better version. This version is
that's what Jungle Hunt with an H, not a C.
Yeah. This version did come on ColecoVision and was a little bit better graphics, but Jungle Hunt is good on both the Atari and the ColecoVision. They have very good ports. Because of the Tarzan license. Pepper 2. This is definitely a game that you should not sleep on. This is one of the best ColecoVision games. Basically, you box in squares and you fill up these areas. Every time you fill in an area with the pitchfork, you can kill the enemies. This is a super addictive and fun game, and this is definitely one that, don't let the graphics fool you. This game is fire, and it holds up. It's as fun today as it was back in the day. So check out Pepper 2. This will be strong on my list of recommendations. It's probably one of my favorite games. We got a conversion of the arcade game Bump and Jump. What's not to like? Bump and Jump is a classic. You bump to the enemies, gotta try to bump them over the road. You also have a jump function. You'll see the road will just end, and there'll be points where you have to jump your car over water. Here we go. Coleco version is not bad. It's pretty good for a Coleco game. We all want the arcade games, but, you know, these are still fun games. Choplifter. Played a lot of this back in the day. It's a fun helicopter game. You gotta try to rescue your dudes without getting shot by the enemies. Just a fun, basic helicopter game. This was also on a lot of computers. I know it was on the Commodore 64. Got a lot of ports. Still a fun game. Really brings back the memories. This is a nostalgia title. Especially if you owned any of the classic computers from back in the day. This was kind of a staple. Once again, you got the greed factor. This is an arcade that I really love. It's kind of rare. I don't see it much at arcades when I go on arcade tours. Venture. ColecoVision has an excellent version of this game too. You're Winky, and you got to go in the dungeon. You go in the different rooms, and you gather the treasures. There are different dungeons as you progress through the game. He has a bow and arrow to protect himself. Fun game. Good music. It's a well done Coleco. The Coleco port of this is very well done. The graphics on this are a lot like the arcade game. The music's very much like the arcade game. I think this was an Exidy game. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was, though. Jumpman Jr. This was another game that saw a lot of releases on home computers back in the day. Great game. Very fun. And, you know, you can play it on the iiRcade. All these games are pre-Mario, so this is very early. And that's the thing to remember too. Like, this is like way retro. I mean, we're talking Atari age. This is pre-NES.
Yeah.
We take for granted how much the NES brought to us as far as like new game types. What do you think, Glenn?
Well, you're right. This is 81 to 80, well, 82, 83 time frame for the most part. And this is a time
Early
where
80s.
a lot of computer games, or PC was really big. So like Jumpman Jr. came from the PC and it was ported to Commodore 64 and everything under the sun. But, you know, this was the last before the asteroid came down and wiped the slate clean.
Yeah.
And then the NES arose from the ashes after that in 85.
Yeah, yeah. That's where I'm at too. Like when I look at these games, I compare them to like the games that were out in that time period, not to like modern day games that are out right now. Anyone have any comments on the games I showed so far?
Yeah, there was one game. It was kind of similar to Quicks, the one where you fill in the squares.
Pepper 2.
Pepper 2.
Pepper 2. Yeah, that game is really fun.
Yeah, they have Makoko X, which I play. It's kind of
similar,
a little X-rated, but
okay,
it's the same thing like Quicks. I think I got to research more, but I love the Quicks, and there needs to be a nice modern retro title of it. And the only one I can find is Makoko X.
Okay, cool. So definitely, I like that. That game has a really addictive formula that still holds up. I mean, like instantly, like Pepper 2, like when you play it, it's just totally fun game.
Hey Brad, how cool would it be if Pepper 2 in particular had leaderboards? Because that game screams leaderboards.
I agree. Classic games. We do have where we can just hit 2 buttons and snap a photo on any game.
Yeah.
So like it could be done without having leaderboards, but if it had online leaderboards, that would be a really cool feature. Okay. So let's continue. Early platforming. The other thing I want to say, a lot of these games were also really popular, like on the Commodore 64, and I had like the Atari 400, 800 computers. They all had versions of these same games that were very similar.
Yeah.
Frenzy.
Frenzy.
Sequel to Berserk.
I got this.
Berserk ranks as one of my favorite classic arcades. I always play it anytime I go on an arcade tour. Frenzy was its sequel. The main difference is you could shoot through the walls, and you can also kill Evil Otto when he comes out. So there's some gameplay differences between this and Berserk. A fun game. It's one of the better ColecoVision games. You got to be careful. So what do you think of Frenzy, Glenn? Your classic
Frenzy,
arcade guy.
I didn't really forget about it, but it is one of my favorite games. I loved Berserk on the arcades. And Frenzy was a sequel. Very solid port. The only thing missing on both, the home ports was the speech. The 5200 is the only machine, and the 400 machines had the speech, but it had to freeze all the gameplay to do the speech. But Frenzy is addictive, and that's another great game to have leaderboards on. Very fun game. Very fun game.
Check this out. I got this for Glenn. This is a homebrew.
You got Berserk, don't you? Yep.
And it has the actual speech. They redid it. They re-released it, and it's Berserk with the speech.
Is that from ColecoVision, something like that?
Yeah.
It's actually
Atari Age, I think is where.
There's no speech in it per se. They took musical notes, and those notes kind of mimic like speech. Like it was like, rah, 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 rah.
Yeah, it sounds.
But it was a good
Pretty
attempt.
good though.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you can see I have my Atari over there. That's hooked up. So, yeah, but it actually sounds pretty good. They did a good job with it. I was shocked when I played it. I immediately, that was a game that I wanted to have. So
Atari Age is a good place to go to get games like that were homebrewed, but that was a solid port.
Once again, a lot of these games too, you have your shots can ricochet. Another game that saw a lot of action on. I know I had this on the Atari 800. This is Miner 2049er. You run, you got to fill up the girders. These are all early platforming games. I have a review of this game on my channel, and I have a gameplay where I get up to the third boss. There's 5 levels in this game. This is Princess Quest. This one was just released this week. Excited about this game. I do want to beat it. Today I got to the 4th level for the first time. This is a retro challenge kind of game. Don't get this game and think you're just going to beat it instantly. It's got a pretty good difficulty level. It's got great graphics. It's hard to believe that's a ColecoVision game. I'm going to end with a happy, fun game. This is Antarctic Adventure. This is a game where you get to play a penguin, and basically you run and you have to jump over obstacles. And that's 11, I think, must-own ColecoVision games, or games to try out if you want to try out some retro games. This has been Proper Brad. Thank you for watching, and stay legit. This game is so fun. I mean, how can you be angry at anything with this wonderful game? This is so upbeat, this game. I mean, it's just pure fun. And this game actually ends up in a lot of people's top 10s, too, on ColecoVision.
Yep. It's a fun game. Pengo's brother.
That goes back to free iPhone games.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah. Well, this is pre-iPhone. The iPhone wasn't invented when that was. I mean, this is like iPhone wasn't even a thought in anyone's.
Well, I could get a free iPhone game that's actually better with better graphics. The bottom line is the music has gotten worse. Till the music was the best, but the games have improved so much over the years, and that's why I discuss modern retro titles. Like Galacticon, who introduced Galacticon to the community? Who introduced this new?
You introduced it to me, and I made a video of it. But
here he goes.
Okay, I know the good games. I'm just saying, optimized 60 frames per second.
Desktop basketball.
Basketball. You're laughing now. Desktop basketball is actually an awesome game, and I think everybody will be impressed with it, and everybody will be talking about it.
Yeah, I would probably like it, honestly.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, I would probably like it, but okay. So those were the games that I picked. Hold on, let me pull up this picture real quick that I downloaded. I have a picture. Okay, here's my picture. Okay, these are all the games currently on iiRcade that are ColecoVision games. Is there anything that I missed that you guys think definitely should be on like the best games? I'll just read them off. Antarctic Adventure, Aqua Attack, Brain Strainers, Bump and Jump made the list, Choplifter, Cosmic Avenger.
Cosmic Avenger is a very good game if you haven't played that.
Cosmic Avenger, very good. I'll need to check that one out for sure. Evolution.
You ever played like Scramble back in the day or Super Cobra?
Scramble.
Very similar. Very similar.
Like that formula. Evolution, Fathom, Flipper, Slipper, Skipper, something. Frantic Freddy. Frenzy made the list. Jumpman Jr. made the list. Jungle Hunt made the list. Miner 2049er made the list. Moonsweeper.
Good game graphically. It gets a little repetitive, but it's a good shooter game.
Okay. Miss Space Fury.
That was a
Nova
homebrew.
Blast.
That was a homebrew. It's okay.
It's okay. Nova Blast. Oil's Well.
That's a tough game.
Brooklyn is saying that Cosmic Avenger he was a fan of. Omega Race.
Omega Race is a classic game.
Yeah, but Glenn, correct me if I'm wrong. The Atari 26 version had the attachment you can put over your joystick, and it had the fire button on top. Playing this version on the iiRcade, it just doesn't feel right. There's something wrong with the controls. It's super fast. So I don't know.
You're talking about Omega Race?
Yeah,
the other issue was that Omega Race originally was a spinner. It was a pot, so it's a little hard to navigate your ship. But it's still a fun game.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay. Pepper 2 is absolute masterpiece. Like if you get any game, get that one first. I guarantee it'll pull you in. Even the graphics, it's the gameplay that makes it. Princess Quest, Sammy Lightfoot, Sir Lancelot. We have Jeff Rainwater's favorite, Slurpee. Space Fury. I almost put Slurpee on my list.
Space Fury again was a very good game, but the speech is what made the game. The alien antagonist was taunting you throughout the game. It's still a fun game. It's a shooter. It's a fun game. You get power ups throughout the game, but without having the speech in the game. ColecoVision never had the speech. But for a shooter, it's a fun game. But it's missing that. So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle. And
I love the digitized speech. Like, I mean, that's one of the things with Wizard of War and Berserk. I mean, when you were in the arcades, there was nothing like that. When those robotic sounds came on, they just pulled you to those games.
When you walked into an arcade and Berserk, like coin detecting a pop, it's like, did it know I had a quarter in my pocket?
It randomly says it like you think it's talking to you. It's like this machine's possessed.
Let me ask Glenn a question because maybe he knows the answer to this. But why would it be so difficult to get Carnival on the iiRcade, the ColecoVision game?
Yeah.
There really shouldn't be. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that is a Sega property, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
It's just left and right controls and a shoot button. And again, the ColecoVision had a good port. It was I would say it's almost pixel accurate. to the arcade game.
It's
Very
in my
fun game.
it's in my like I have a list also the games that they should go after if they're going to get more ColecoVision. These are the ones that would be the killer ones for me. Let's go back to our list of what they actually have. We left off at
Space Panic. Space Panic is a very fun
about
game.
that game because I haven't really played it yet.
So basically, your base is overrun by these little aliens. They look like little mushroom people, and the object is you can run to a spot, dig a hole, and they fall into the hole. Now, depending on how fast you dig that hole and they fall in, the hole will fill up and kill them. Kind
of like Load Runner.
Load Runner.
It's exactly like Load Runner. It's exactly like Load Runner.
Out, but was it out before Load Runner?
Is it? No, this was after.
This
was after. It was an arcade game, but Load Runner, I believe, was out prior to Space Panic. But Space Panic was an arcade game.
Well, it's a similar kind of mechanic where you basically they fall into a hole and you bury them.
Correct, and if you don't bury them, they come back out and they'll come out and they bite your butt.
Pretty fun. That's one. That's maybe one I need to check out because I haven't played it yet. Let's see, Squish 'em Sam.
That was okay.
Super Cross Force, The Heist, Tournament Tennis. To me, like sports games, I don't have the nostalgia for playing the retro sports games too much personally. And then we have Venture, which is on our list of recommended games for sure. And War Room.
War Room, awesome game. That's definitely a purchase. But again, once you get really good at it, it takes a little while. It can be repetitive, but it's basically like the movie War Games. That's kind of what the premise is. But these missiles are coming.
There was a licensed game called War Games. Is it the same game as War Room?
No, they're similar. War Games was licensed to the ColecoVision.
But this is basically before I came on the show.
Yep, basically it's the same type of thing, but you also build up your cities. You build up your infrastructure, and then the warheads come flying over. You can shoot them down in real time. That's what you have to do. If you miss them, they hit your cities, and you got to try and rebuild. That is a really fun game. But here's the thing, though, the big but. That definitely required an overlay.
Yeah,
exactly. You needed your keypad. So I'm not sure how iiRcade is handling the keypad because you have to kind of press them sometimes fast.
Yeah.
So that could be a little interesting how they're handling that in the iiRcade.
We have Carl O likes Omega Race.
Looping was another good game that they had.
Our Wars is saying Looping was a good game. It should be on the list. We have Brooklyn Menace is saying the heist is fun. You have to steal pictures and try not to get caught. We have Adam Kolb in the chat. Welcome. Good to see you here, buddy. I'll do a shout out to some of our friends, Chris, Herb Wars, Brooklyn, Red Sea Gaming. Welcome to the show. Goofy Foot, welcome to the show.
Hey, Brad, the looping version we have is the arcade version, right? That's why it's not on the Coleco list.
Yeah, we have the arcade version.
Yeah, that's why it's not on the Coleco list.
That game is hard. That game's too hard.
No, on the ColecoVision, I mastered that game, and now I can't play it to save my life. I'd be dead.
It's tough.
It's brutal. I don't know how fun people.
Here's a list of games that I think are like the ones these are the ones that got away. Like if we could get some, obviously we would all say Donkey Kong would be our number one choice, but that is an impossibility.
Yep.
So I'm trying to look at like maybe some of the ones as a want list for them to try to pursue. But here's a list I came up with. And these were all on ColecoVision. Galaxian, Smurf. The Smurf game was fun.
Yes.
Pitfall. They had a good version of Pitfall. Ladybug.
Yes.
Mr. Do.
Ladybug.
Mr. Do.
Oof.
Spy Hunter.
Wow.
Frogger. Cubert. Zaxxon.
Very good version of Cubert too.
Those are all super solid ColecoVision games that I've played through emulation, and I'm pretty familiar with them. But those are all really strong games, and I'm not sure if any of those would be even possible. But those are some other good ColecoVision games,
like Cubert and Popeye was another good game. But those are those were by Parker Brothers.
Nintendo.
I don't know if they
Parker Brothers cartridges. And the ColecoVision was really good ports of arcade games. That's what they were known for. 90% of the library was actual arcade games. Ladybug and Mousetrap were great.
And they were known to pick up the properties no one else wanted. Like Atari went for their thing. Yeah. Whatever was left over, Coleco went and got and did excellent ports on them. Excellent.
Say that again. They were looking for the titles that no one else wanted.
Yeah. So Atari was known for grabbing like your Pac-Man, all the big names, Galaxian.
Sounds like iiRcade.
Well, yeah. So that's what they did. And then the overlooked ones like Sega Zaxxon, Ladybug, Mousetrap, Turbo. That's what Coleco went after, and they were able to get them. And the hardware was powerful enough. They were able to do, for the most part, very true ports. I can't think of any game from the arcade that they ported was really
that was done.
It was done so well, so close.
They had good quality control.
Well, that might be a little debatable.
Well, no, they did have some filler games. It's like a lot of those games I skipped over. They did have some filler games.
Yes, they did.
But definitely Ladybug, and
except Popeye. Popeye was by Parker Brothers. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. Good music, good graphics. But Ladybug, if you like Pac-Man, that's where you went.
I would like to see Time Pilot or Tapper if we can get those guys.
About Time Pilot.
Yeah, Time Pilot would be nice.
Time Pilot
and Super Cobra would be nice if we can get Super Cobra. I like that one. And Zaxxon would be my top 3. I played that as
Yeah, I agree. Actually, in my listing, Zaxxon was right after Donkey Kong as my favorite Coleco cartridges that I've played.
I own a Zaxxon arcade machine. And the ColecoVision port actually improved. It's one of those rare times where the home cartridge gave a lot more to the gameplay than the arcade had. And it still looked and played good. The only downside was a little choppy because the ColecoVision did not have smooth scrolling capabilities. But the fact they did anything like that at all, I mean, it's a really good port and improved.
Wow. Now I want it even more.
So
let's go.
It sounds cool. It sounds like we had a unanimous vote on bundles for ColecoVision games. We didn't have anyone that went against that. I think, with the exception of Cuddles, I think most of us say that it's good to have more games. And Cuddles, you kind of gave us your opinion, right? I mean, you think they need to focus more on the modern games. And I think they need to definitely don't release ColecoVision games by themselves, because they're going to get, I mean, the haters, they're going to go nuts when you do that. So I don't think that's a good strategy for them to do that.
I'm sure it has to do a little bit with the licensing and what they have to pay the copyright holder for the game. But if they can, I mean, again, these games they're as fun as they are. They're still, almost like 40-something-year-old games.
These are old games. I mean, you got to like retro games. This is a small segment. Like we're tiny.
Exactly.
Like the true retro gamers that want to play these old games is a tiny segment. They need to go like broad, get the bigger chunk of
the Coleco Action Pack. You pay one price, you get all the ColecoVision games. Just one, bam. If it's $20, but you get them all, and you're good to go. And I think it'd be good for them as well. It gives more games for people to play on it.
Playing the games.
Yep, exactly.
Do you have anything you want to add, Cuddles? I don't know. I want you to feel like you get your opportunity to
speak. Every one of
these
games, like I said, quicks, like Donkey Kong. I think I showed it to you in your group, Kong Gear. It's $1 on Steam. So every single game that's a retro game has been updated with modern graphics, with high definition, 60 frames per second, much more interesting. Just like Galacticon, and I can't even think of.
And you're always looking at these, like you introduced me to Murtop, and that would be a fantastic game. It's a combination of Dig Dug and Bomber. It's fantastic. That would be ideal for an iiRcade game.
I think it's nostalgia for Glenn, but there's a lot of modern games that have that nostalgia that are just high definition.
They're better.
Yeah,
smoother, better graphics, more levels.
Convince Glenn that these games are much better than those old school games. They'll remind you when you're playing it, you'll think you're playing the old school game, but everything's optimized. It's not MIDI audio. It's a good song or good.
The modern retro can be great when they do it right. It can be amazing for sure.
I can imagine. What if they took like the Wizard of Walls? It was Wizard of War. Do that for Venture. I would love to play Venture that way.
Oh yeah, like an updated graphics version of Venture.
Yep, like a 3D. Even doing a 3D tunnel, something like that. Yeah, that would be awesome. Because the music, even in Wizard of Walls, I mean, it's got that classic beat, but he just took it to the next level, and it draws you in. It's immersive.
Yeah.
And I actually made something for the show, to kind of like I was on the Friday night arcade show with Brooklyn Menace. Shout out to Brooklyn Menace.
Brooklyn.
Not here with us
Shout
in
out to
person,
Brooklyn
but he's
Menace.
in the chat. Shout out to the Friday night arcade. And we had a lot of fun. So I decided to make a video really highlighting some of the craziness that was going on. So
I don't know
here's
if
a
Cuddles
video.
would call it fun.
Yeah. If Cuddles basically heckling me while I'm playing Friends. I'm loving the game. It's great. Cuddles, you're
Let
gonna
me
love
just
this
say
video.
something. I know, like
Okay.
the name I shouldn't announce, but Zohar, look at the
I
grin
remember
on
it's
his face. He's not faking. He loves he loves these old games.
I love these old games, man. It's like okay,
look at Cuddles.
Here we go. This is a good video. You're gonna enjoy this. This is fun.
The retro games, and
Dude.
He said, I give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, so now for my ranking and opinion of this game. This is definitely a retro game. You know, you have to keep in mind the limitations of the ColecoVision. From the research I did, I found out that this cartridge is the biggest ColecoVision cartridge as far as memory that has ever been made. The game itself, I like this game a lot. It's a very good retro game. It's a lot of fun. So if you're into retro games, check this one out. I'm going to give this one 8 out of 10.
I'm like, come on, man. I never played it.
Well, Cuddles, you have to. What did he give an 8 out of 10?
The new game that came out today. I haven't played it.
Okay. Neither have I.
But they did have a question, like on the game room dudes, guys, whatever. They asked them, "Do you?"
Oh, shout out to the Super Game Room dudes.
iiRcade came out with 9 hits, and now we're going back to the ColecoVision. And he goes, in the chat, do you guys want ColecoVision games? And a lot of iiRcade owners, 25 of them said no.
Yeah.
I would say yes, but not just one homebrew for the week. Like if you're gonna drop ColecoVision games, just like throw like 5 in there, you know, like 5 new titles. But yeah, this is a ColecoVision game, but it was made in 2012 using the ColecoVision hardware.
Yeah, those games are really like, it's the limitations of the hardware of like that time period. I mean, I could totally understand why people would not like those kind of games, but I like retro games. I have a real Atari sitting right next to me. It's just something you either like it or you don't like it, and it's not for everyone, and that's fine.
I have an arcade one-up machine with a 480i monitor. It's a perfect square. I mean, we're not talking 16 by 9 aspect ratio, no HDMI hookup in there. I mean, if I were to actually hook this up to my computer, I have to hook
Funky
it up
supercar
with a yellow, white,
this is like
and red
Inception.
cable, and I'd have to connect it, and then I'd have to add that to my computer to actually stream it. Am I correct on that, or am I wrong? Because this isn't HDMI. This isn't high definition. This is not 720. When you put it together, you could see. Look at the manufacturer. Look at So we're playing games on 480i here. The HDMI cable is for high definition.
Raven SP says the more games, the better. Not every game is for everyone.
But
the new release surely made someone's day.
Yeah.
And then Mitchell B says ColecoVision was the bomb back in the day.
Yeah.
100%.
I was in junior high. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I never had a ColecoVision. I had a Odyssey 2.
There it is. I had KC Munchkin.
There it is. Odyssey 2. I did too. I had an Odyssey 2. But all my friends had the Atari. So I mean,
the Atari.
Brad's mic is so hot that he can't even hear anyone else.
Dude, I am proud to not be a YouTuber. I am not a pro YouTuber. Turn that more. Hold on,
everyone. It's the Friday night Brad show. There we go.
Dude, is that better?
Yeah, sorry, that's cool.
I don't know what's wrong with my mic. I mean,
it's good, man. You just probably had the gain all the way up. I'm guilty of the same thing. I've listened back to the show, and every week I was adjusting, like turning the gain down more and more. I used to have that thing pinned all the way up. And now I think finally, as of like 2 weeks ago, I finally found like the good spot where I'm not like blowing everybody else out.
I guess I could look at it like this too. Like, is it better they release a ColecoVision game that was a homebrew game from 2012, or is it better that they released no game this week?
No game.
Okay, so what do y'all think? Is it better they release no game than release a ColecoVision game by itself? Now, Cuddles, you said no game.
Yeah. Now, here's the deal. Some people actually might be like searching for ColecoVision games, and then they discover the iArcade. So I think, you know, people who are just looking for, hey, where's a Coleco? And all of a sudden, iArcade, ColecoVision game they were looking for. And that would definitely be a benefit. So, I mean, I could understand in terms of sales how that would help. But, you know, we've been made fun of, you know, with the bump.
They use this to make fun of us all the time. And you know, I like to say, like, us retro nerd game people like me, I'll find the games, you know. Like, I'm always looking for retro games. So, like, you know, you can see from all the cartridges I have laying around. I mean, I'm gonna know when those games come out. They could be put out in a pack with other games. I mean, what do you think, Kev? I just want to get everyone's opinion on this topic.
Yeah, I actually was happy that
this
it was
a
this
good
game
discussion that Cuddles brought up.
Yeah, I actually like it that it was this game and I didn't like it because it gave me another week to play Satrine and try to get up to 10 million and then get to 20 million because we have a tendency in this community to go week to week. We play a game hard for a week, the next one comes out and we never go back to
like we forget what we already have.
Yeah. So when I saw this game, I said, yes, I get another week of playing Satrine every day and I'm trying to get to 10 million. I'm at like 7 million now. So I was actually happy that I could focus another week on a game that I normally would have just discarded and went to the next game. So I was fine with it.
Another different opinion. What do you think, Nix? Now, Nix might be the only person that could beat this Princess Quest game. I'm getting my butt handed to me.
I would have to agree. I would have to. It's giving me another week to play Satrine because I'm addicted to that game. I can't stop playing it. It's so good.
Yeah.
And Wizard of Walls as well. Going back and forth between the two.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. But,
let's go to the Godfather of retro gaming. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for showing up for a show too.
No problem at all. My opinion is I still would like them to release the games. The ColecoVision. There are people never experienced it, in which case those people have a new game that they never experienced. It's not always about the graphics or the sound; it's about the gameplay. And a lot of these games, like Pepper 2, a prime example, is a game that's got great gameplay. It's about quick reactions and thinking, which sometimes the games don't require anymore. But again, it comes down just to the price, really.
And the thing is, like a good retro game, simple to learn, hard to master.
Right. That was Atari's motto. That was his motto. It was actually easy to learn. He said, hard to master. That was
right. And
his motto.
That plus add some kind of greed element to it, because greed elements, like a lot of the great 80s games have something to make you do things you shouldn't do, whether it's the humanoids in Robotron, or the fruit in Pac-Man. When you add a greed element to a 80s game, like they knew that would like mess people up. So
I'm going to put a question to you experts here right now, because we're going to settle something tonight. Pac-Man, ghosts or monsters?
Ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Okay. You're all saying ghosts? Anyone else?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, all you need to do is look at the original. I think it's the second intermission when the monster is running. It's his cloth cut on the nail, and he tears his clothes. So the ghost didn't come out until after the fact, pretty much when the 2600 came out with that horrible port. So originally, if you look up they were originally monsters. They kind of just morphed into ghosts, and it stuck. But it always gets when people say ghosts, they were monsters back then. And I'm just letting you know, Glen's Retro Show, Glen, Godfather of Gaming's telling you that they really are monsters. Totally off topic from everything else, but you mentioned Pac-Man, so I had to do it.
Learn something new today. Thank you so much. The more you know.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait. You got to do this. Where I put it. The more you know.
We have magic, man. We got Glen brings the technology with him.
That was a Casio keyboard.
I wanted to bring up a quick point. Okay, so Vampire Survivors is the highest grossing game, the highest selling game of 2022, right? It's the number one selling game of 2022. and it costs $4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, $4.
But look at the user base on Steam. Like you're talking about, the user base of iArcade is like that big, and Steam is like
ask $4 or $3 for a ColecoVision game is just way too much, man. It's just way too much. And I like the bundle idea at like 5 for $5 or something like that.
And that is absolutely a perspective thing, because you are an avid person that does a lot of shopping on Steam. So like you expect cheap games, but like, I'm not so much that way. But I mean, I definitely understand your point. That is a good point.
Everybody's looking for value though.
I will always advocate for lower prices. I mean, for all of us gamers. I mean, you look at Glen's products and how good they are. And Glenn, shout out to you, because you deliver us some of the best home arcade products at extremely reasonable prices. I mean, like, so thank you.
Appreciate that.
The quality of what you do, and I'm just here to say we appreciate what you do for this community. You've made machines that were broken much better, and this whole community. You were one of the first YouTubers I started watching, and I still continue to watch. So thank you for all that.
Well, I really appreciate it, because again, I'm you guys. I am just a gamer myself, and I know how I want to be treated. And I know when I purchase something, I want to get my money's worth when I buy something out of it. And I really appreciate that. I don't know what else to say. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome. Don't let your head get too big. Don't get your head get too big.
The head's getting a little tight. It's hurting a little bit now.
Might be getting a little tight, but
hold on, we got to plug it proper, because there is a 20% off sale going on, Glenn. Correct me if I'm wrong, on your site right now, right? We have to.
Is there a special deal?
Yeah,
you know what? I'm usually so good at shilling my own stuff, man. Thanks. I totally forgot.
Yeah, you get 20% off for National Owners Day. Get the Build-A-Cade for 20% off.
That's right. So if you go to the T-Sticks website, you can get 20% off the Build-A-Cade, $79 versus $99, and everything else is still 30% off until the 27th. So you can get like the 1977 movie with space, black guy, suit guy with a light stick controller for about $119 or $120, something like that.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, that is definitely not a Tron controller.
No, it's from that movie maybe too, where people get pulled into a computer and they kind of around as bits.
To be blue.
Yes, that's it. That's right.
That doesn't break
new
in
official
half.
Names.
That doesn't break in half when you actually play the game.
No, that's not a feature I would enjoy myself. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. And I do use your products. I have the trackball on my Centipede, which from Arcade went up, and it plays much better.
Yeah, and I noticed Cuddles got that Tempest machine with the wrong trackball in it. I see
the
back
gate
there.
switcher. He needs to get a Glen's
I don't
Retro
play
show.
it. Honestly, it was just like
it's like his background.
Yeah, that's all.
This is a little bit of bling, right?
I know. Well, I know Papa Brad is a huge fan of the products. He took his iArcade and like cut it to pieces. Put the gate switches in there,
Once
man.
I started, I was like, this gate switcher is going in that dragon's lair.
He took a butter knife, Glenn, and he was stabbing it with a butter knife.
Yeah. There are people that are a lot better with doing that than me. But hey, mine works.
It worked.
I would never go back. I'm happy with it. I love it. I would never change a thing. So it was worth it. It was worth drilling a hole with a hole saw in the bottom of my. You don't see it anyway.
Glenn, when I got the 12-in-1, I wouldn't even turn it on until I ordered your trackball. And Amazon at the time said you were out, and I ordered it anyway, and it shipped really quick. So for 2 weeks, I never turned on my Atari 12-in-1 because I was waiting for your trackball. And it's so good, and it was red. You can put the colors.
Yeah.
Now there's a hack you can do to that. If you solder a USB on there, you can get Breakout. I think's on there. I'm pretty sure Breakout in one other game. Yeah, so the 12-1 is a couple hidden games.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can only get to it with the USB keyboard. You have to put a USB connector on it.
Hey.
You have to hit, I think it's Tab and Escape, which is MAME. They're using MAME. They're using MAME. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Did they get permission for that?
Is that legal?
I don't know.
This is going off the rails.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't even turn on my 12-in-1 until I got your trackball. So shout out.
That's crazy. Shout out to Goofy. Now this is how you should install the gate switcher. Check this out, Glenn. I don't know if you saw this.
That's it, man.
What
That's
a thing of beauty! Look where you put the light, right in the middle
Perfect.
of
like
the graphics.
it's perfect, right in the middle. Oh, that's
And
awesome.
actually, you know what? I should mention, if I'm going to shield one more thing, might as well shield for iiRcade. So that's it, right? Perfectly. So pull up real quick. Yeah. So I know there's two things. I mentioned it yesterday. There's only going to be one control panel for the legacy unit as well as the gold. Okay. It's going to be just one device. Just as you see it there, but I know a lot of people. There's two things. Those little rivets you see won't be there. That was just because it's a prototype.
So it'll be like flush mount.
It'll be nice and flush. You want to put some decals or cover art, you can do that. But people were saying, listen, where the spinners are, it's going to be in the way. I'm going to let you right now. I can't tell you right now because I don't want another company to steal the idea, but I've come up with the ingenious way. The joysticks will not be in the way. It's staying the exact same way. Nothing's changing, but the joysticks will not be in the way of gameplay. So when it comes out, I think everyone will be very happy with how it's
this will include your trackball technology and gate switchers.
That sounds like
your trackballs are some of the best in the industry.
It sounds like
arcade for sure.
Like magic.
Wait, hey Glenn, if you're not changing the layout and they're not going to get in the way, that sounds like something's going to fold down. That sounds.
We'll have to wait and see.
Oh yeah. Oh, Glenn's giving us scoops, Brad. He's giving us.
Yeah,
hints.
You better not get too many scoops. You never know when the spies are going to show up.
That's
steal his hard work and then take credit for it.
Glenn, I'd like to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm a single guy. I live by myself, right? I don't have two players in my house. Okay, and I'm sure there are other people like me. Would you ever consider making it where it's just for one player instead of
yes,
also with a trackball?
Yes,
because I asked the question on my community tab, and a lot of people actually, most of us are married, and maybe we play with our kids, but I'm a single guy, and I'm a kind of a recluse kind of guy, and I just want to play by.
No, I just realized you're single and you got all the hair on your head, and it's still dark. So I think you have the secret to longevity and keeping your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cuddles did a stream this morning. He's like, I'm better looking than Brad. Like, yeah,
in that product if you ever produce it.
Well, that's definitely something we consider. However, like games like Saturn, if I'm saying it right, would require two joysticks.
Yeah.
So we could do that, but there may be game releases now you're going to not have that joystick you're going to need. But if you can get the joystick out of the way and it looks like it's a single player joystick, would that not be good too?
That would be great.
I stunned him.
He's like, wait a minute, you can unscrew the joysticks?
Screw it, that's what I'm thinking.
Huh.
It's flush.
I stunned him. Look, I got him, guys.
I kind of I understand what you mean.
First time ever, he's speechless.
Dual joysticks, but maybe the buttons. I don't know, really. Yeah, you definitely.
Well, the ultimate answer to your question is yes. That's an option, but the initial will definitely be the full deck. But absolutely, if people do want a single deck with spaced out more buttons, absolutely. I listen. So if that's what some people want, we'll do it.
Okay.
Hey, Glenn, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I'm really, really hard on arcade equipment. So if you need a gorilla to test it, every time I play a game, they're all like, "Man, you're killing that machine." So if you need some a hardcore arcade testing, just let me know. I'd be glad to try one out and give you some feedback.
Yeah, Glenn, you have a full-time job still, right?
Yeah.
How do you do
double full-time?
So, and this is quickly becoming more and more of your time. How are you doing both with a full-time job and ramping up your company and doing the iiRcade partnership and do you get a normal night's sleep or what are you running on over there?
Definitely don't get a normal night's sleep, but I haven't got that in years. But I will say, years ago, my son was, he's 4, but now he's in college. He's 17 in college. So I never see him other than what's on the dinner table or you didn't give me a breakfast egg sandwich this morning. It's Sunday. Where's my breakfast egg sandwich? So that freed up a little bit more time.
For sure.
All right.
But it's definitely, there's 62 hours in a day. So I make time with it.
Yeah. If stuff is breakable, I'll find out. Like with arcade equipment, I literally have buttons. I have stuff so I never have to be without playing. I have stuff where I can replace all my buttons and stuff if anything breaks. But So we're very excited to see and let us know when your product's coming out. I would love to try it if it's possible. So let's check this out. Let's watch a little bit more. It's going to get good because Cuddle's going to start. Let
me.
I think no game would be better.
Hold on, because this is to Brooklyn, and I still have it as my number one most wanted is Machine Gun Fury by Reset.
Machine Gun Fury.
Okay, that's still my number one. That's and I just wanted to bring that up, and in case you're listening.
Yeah, that's on my list of games to try too. That and the Soap Star. Is that the
Soap Star? Yes.
I'm gonna try that one too. Better than getting a ColecoVision game. Because it's interesting.
Because if you release no game, there's we have haters. Let's be honest, and with the ladders games, which
this game has plenty of ladders.
Oh shit.
It has tons of ladders, but it is. I mean, it's like they've taken the ColecoVision so far in this game. It's almost like trying to do a Ghosts and Goblins on the ColecoVision, which is insane because that technology should not enable that kind of game.
Now, actually,
shout out to Princess Quest. They're giving us an NES quality game on ColecoVision hardware. I mean, as a fan of retro, I know how hard that must have been.
There was a couple of things where they did a thing with the hardware of the ColecoVision and the NES, and with a little RAM, they said that ColecoVision would have held its own for the most part against the NES. So they were comparable, but they were like 4 years apart.
And like I look at this Princess Quest game, and I have most of the library of the ColecoVision, so I can appreciate it.
That it's better off not to release anything than to put out a homebrew ColecoVision game.
Yes,
I would disagree 100%.
I would say it's better to put out something than nothing. Like this is I haven't played it, so I can't say anything, but this doesn't seem like a terrible release.
Oh no, it's excellent for a ColecoVision game. It's excellent.
Okay, I'm not saying anything.
Hey,
here's the rules tonight.
We got Satrin. Yeah. What do you think of that one?
Okay, but what do
you think of that one, Cuddles? Satrin. What do you think of that one?
It's incredible. 10 out of 10.
That is a 10.
Dude, I've been playing the Satrin on iiRcade every single day.
Every day.
And I have it on the PC, but
great
it plays
game.
so much nicer on the iiRcade.
Modern Robotron.
That was
sticks.
Best, Galacticon and Satrin were two of the best releases.
I mean, I literally had Robotron right next to it on my ALU through CoinOps, and then I could literally go right next door and play Satrin. And I mean, I'm gonna say it. I love that game. It's equally as good. Now you're gonna tell me it's better.
It is
it's better. It has power ups.
No, it has.
It's more modernized.
Every time you play, it's different. Different bosses. It's smoother. It's optimized. Robotron is slow,
and everyone gets it.
Yeah, it's slow and clunky.
And the thing about Satrin is every time you play it, it's a different loadout.
Yeah.
So you can't predict. Like Robotron, there's a set pattern to all the enemies.
Every game
Each
is
level
unique
follows a repeated pattern.
Robotron
with Satrin, there's none of that.
Robotron's a 7 out of 10. Maybe back in when it came the 70s, I think.
I disagree, but I mean, I think they're both epic games. But I mean, what I'm Glenn, is Robotron Robotron a 7 out of 10? I'm just gonna ask Glenn. He's the Godfather. Is Robotron
Robotron again? Back in the day when I was playing it, Robotron would have been a 9 out of 10. It was an amazing game. Williams game, just like Defender, an amazing game. And a ton of stuff comes at you. It's like overload, sensory overload. You have both hands going, trying to keep your eye on everything. It's a fantastic game. But But now you have games like I just we said a second ago about homebrew games. About like Shovel Knight. Now it's not on the iiRcade right now, but that was a homebrew game, and that game taken off, and it's it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal game. That was only made homebrew.
So let's just do this real quick. 9 out of 10 for Robotron for you. Next, Robotron, what would you rate it?
I'd rate it 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Well, you're kind of opening up a can of worms because over the last couple weeks, Rexer, me, and Show Me Retro has been having a competition about Robotron, and I've been playing it a lot. And here's my only issue with Robotron: I don't know anybody that can get the board 13 and higher. The game just gets so ridiculous so quick after the tank level that it just takes the fun out of it. Whereas Satrine, you actually have a fighting chance. You can get the level 20. You can build combos. It's just a, but like
so
everybody
Kev, you're saying your lack of skills taking down the score? Is that what you're saying? Your lack of skills taking down the score?
It's a 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 rating.
I can only get 157,000 on Robotron, and I've been playing it like 20 to 30 minutes every
I've scored
night.
over 1 million.
On Robotron?
Yes.
You have to show us how, because Rex,
I'll do a gameplay of it.
We can't
There's
get
patterns. There's patterns.
All right,
it's predictable. The enemies do the same thing every time.
Dude, you get to that tank level. What pattern is there? There's like
I'm going to say that Robotron is a 10 out of 10 for a classic retro game. I'm going to Michael B it and say that this is an all-time masterpiece of retro, and it should have its own cab. I would buy a Robotron cab, but that's just me. And it's a 100% must play. No matter what arcade I go to, no matter what great new pinball machines they have, if they have a Williams Robotron, I'm on it. I'm playing a few games. But that's just my opinion. But
Satrine is a very good modern take on it. It's a very fun game.
Yeah.
Would you say it's better?
I would say it's easier. It is absolutely an easier game.
It's easier.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, the thing is nowadays
2 10s,
Yeah.
If you like the blonde or the brunette, I mean, if they're both 10s, they're both 10s.
They are both 10s, right? But I just think in today's gaming world, the difficulty level of Robotron or Defender, kids today will just walk away from it. Yeah. So they have to soften it up a little bit. So I think it's better for that. It kind of sounds really condescending for me, but I'm sorry. The older games was, smack you in the face, beat you up, take your quarter. That's what the whole point of the game was.
Absolutely. Let's get back to it's going to get good when I start playing this game. Wayne needs to do this. It's a very strong release.
If you put a kid in front of Robotron and then put him in front of Saturn, he's going to play Robotron for like 30 seconds and be bored because there's no replayability.
It's not real flashy either.
Let's be honest. Okay. A lot of the old school games, they're great for nostalgia, but there's this very small replayability.
I disagree. It's infinite. Like it doesn't end. So it's like it's as far as you can get. So how can you say there's no replayability? Retro arcade games have the most replayability.
I don't.
Unless the game ends like Donkey Kong, where you could actually kill the game at a point.
That one guy,
Pac-Man,
went to Galloping Ghost, and he played against the other guy. What's that guy's name? That he owns a
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell. He owns a pizza restaurant down the street from me. I mean, but that's all we had back then. Yeah, there's nostalgia, but it's like I want better graphics, man. I want 60 frames per second.
Yeah, like to me, graphics are the last thing I look at. Like I look at the gameplay. I look purely at the gameplay of what I'm playing. I can play a game like Yar's Revenge, and I'll say it. It's as good as any modern game that's come out. It's a perfect game. Play Yar's Revenge on Atari. I mean, a good game will capture anyone at any time. And I see that even my grandkids, they'll come and they'll play. Like when they introduce them to some of these really good retro games, they love them. So I mean, if it's a good game, it's a good game.
Brad, I think you're the only one with the game that came out today. I see it there on the iArcade.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pop that on the screen?
Yeah, I want to see what this game's
Play
like.
a little bit of this game so we can check it out.
Yeah.
All right, so you have a score in this game. We could have did a 1/4 challenge on this.
Microphone
See,
warning.
like those graphics of like the enemies. That's so ColecoVision.
Let me turn down that excruciating sound a little bit.
Oh, so at the top, that's actually supposed to be like the scenery. Man, that shit is loud.
Yeah, it's got a high pitched music. There's no way.
Dogs howling outside my house. All right. The best part of this is watching Cuddles watch the game. Cuddles, how fast would you return this? The first note of the game, that first high pitched tune.
Refund.
I got tripping.
All right, I gotta behave tonight because I did make a promise because we had some issues last week of drama, and I think I might be inciting it a little bit when it happens. So I believe, Cuddles, I believe in punishment. Can you hear me over the game, Cuddles?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I believe that we need to self-police ourselves on YouTube. So if I misbehave tonight, if there's any drama, I will be doing the one-chip challenge. So I'm going to be on my best behavior because I don't want to have to do this. But it is right over here just in case. Oh, I'm falling that pit.
Oh, wow. Try not to.
Thank God. Yeah, he loves it.
I do. It's fun.
I gotta say,
Y'all are crazy.
this game would have been almost impossible with the original ColecoVision controllers. The original ColecoVision controllers,
I can't
you're
imagine
squeezing on
using
the
that when
side.
you're squeezing on the side. There's
You
no
never
way.
would have made that. You never would have gotten. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Hey, Glenn, you hear me beating the hell out of these buttons.
Right. That's why I was saying.
I mean,
you'd be like,
yeah.
ow, ow.
If your machine survives me for a day, it's if your control panel survives me, it's probably pretty bulletproof.
Bills, I want to say things about this game, but all I can think about right now are good things. Like the color palette is just beautiful.
Wait till you see the pig.
Wow, look at
There's
that
a pig
face.
at the end of the level.
Look at those graphics.
That's amazing. How did they do
Gonna
that
try to
face
run
on
to him.
ColecoVision?
Here he
This
comes.
was amazing.
For some reason, I can't think of anything
Here he
bad to
comes.
say. Look at the
Well,
smoke.
get on the
Cuddles.
ladder.
Here comes Zohar.
It's a pig, man.
Get on that ladder. You can't reach up there, like above the second ladder.
Oh,
On the second platform in the ladder, the second ladder, you can't reach you. The animation would allow it.
Hey, Nix is giving me all the
Yeah,
strategy.
when he comes to attack, yeah.
He's already thinking about how to beat it.
Then come back down, shoot it. Yeah, that's the big gap.
We're laughing like idiots, and Nix is helping him strategize. See?
thank you.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I should just eat the freaking chip now. Just get it over with.
That's the way his brain works.
Yeah. Oh, you get fast. Oh, you have to do it quicker.
Yeah, Brad could be the most like insane. You hear him on those buttons?
Oh, those buttons.
He's really getting into
A
it.
couple times I cut time when he's going down.
Listen to that.
Go project that. Yeah, there you go. Watch this.
That's not a good sound for guys.
Man,
Got him.
the arcades are strong. And if you don't believe it, listen to Brad
Oh, he got
beating the
a green.
crap out of those buttons. I'm probably gonna pass on this one.
Probably. He said probably.
There's 5 different worlds.
I can appreciate it, but I'm probably gonna pass only because
Oh wow, look at the green. Okay, let's switch. Go on.
yeah, no, it looks cool. The only reason I'm gonna pass is because there's some other like adventure type games like this that I would rather play first.
Okay.
There's secret chests. Okay, remember this isn't the Atari age though. The technology.
Look, you're way too right. I was in there.
Oh, hold on, I gotta keep looking at the chip. Cuddles, you're gonna get me in trouble tonight. Relax, dude.
See if I can run to the second boss. Oh, he went for a swim.
It is impressive, like color palette wise for a ColecoVision game.
Look at that color palette.
Oh, what am I doing?
Like 4 colors. Great yellow,
This
blue,
is like
and
reliving the
red.
nightmare. I'd rather watch it than listen to retro than
Cuddles, could you run through a list of games you'd rather play?
Well, Saturn comes in.
That music is horrible.
The music's a little rough. It's very high pitch.
Yeah,
It's not. It might just be my microphone. It doesn't sound bad.
We're just joking around, bro.
I mean, it's 8-bit.
Yeah, but it could have been done better.
It's 8-bit, but they forgot 7 of them.
Well, they probably are. They probably are restricted to.
Well, Mega Man is NES. This is way before that. This is Atari level technology.
Oh, yeah.
Atari level.
I remember it's.
I'm not even putting Kev's comment up because that would be causing drama.
Oh, come on.
You want to get those white boxes. That's the power-ups.
This is painful.
Let's see the boss.
Brad, please stop before I gotta eat this chip.
You please
Look at the boss. Oh, 2 lives.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's it. Please.
All right.
Brooklyn is
Everyone, look for Papa Brad's review on this game.
I like it. Y'all are crazy.
God, we're crazy.
Wow.
We're just being stupid, Brad. I can't give my review until I play it.
Shit. That console fanboys fucking this. Like, Brad, this is the best. 8 out of 10.
Well,
8 out of
yeah,
10.
seriously, I'm glad the enemies don't respawn when you move back and forth. The old game.
Puddles, I can't say anything because we all loved adventure, and that was like basically just running a square through the same maze and putting the ladder over it.
It was like, wow, look at this.
So, like, if this was actually on ColecoVision when ColecoVision was out, this would have been like the craziest adventure you would have ever had. I'm Goofyfoot. I won't be doing a review of Princess Quest, but Papa Brad.
Yeah, you can see I got the review on my channel. Yeah, it's already out. It's been out.
He's gonna drop it, at some point, so you can check it out. I don't know. It's like there's a lot of ColecoVision fans, so I guess it's kind of cool that they're getting to get some new ColecoVision games. I was personally hoping for some ColecoVision games that were on ColecoVision when it was out, and I'm trying to stay out of trouble tonight because I don't want to.
Mitchell, if you play Annalyn, that boss,
that's some good comp. Mike Hawk Hertz says this should be the theme song for the One Update show. That's a pretty good comment.
Yeah.
Longest level 1 in arcade history.
I watched that show. I caught a little late.
Let me say one thing about this
game.
Let me say one thing about this game. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has 5 levels. You get 7 lives. There's no continues. There's no extra lives. I didn't even make it to the second boss. So, retro games like this, part of the challenge is to see if you can beat it. And it's going to be tough to beat this game.
Like a little kid, he loves it.
I love it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I know it's very old, but I mean, I like Atari games, so this is in my wheelhouse. So I mean, I don't say I'm going to beat this game, and I'll probably post a video of it when I do. But it's going to be hard.
Well, yeah, that one.
No continues, no extra lives.
That one's right now. Currently, it's not on my list.
Don't say anything negative, or you got to eat the chip.
No, that's just not. It's not on my list of games to play right now.
It's not on my radar.
There's a couple of other adventure series that I definitely that I have and I want to play controller. Which sometimes.
How many ColecoVision games are there though? Like what, 10?
No, there's a lot.
132.
Imagine this back in the day, Cuddles.
I want to say 30.
When I got ColecoVision, that was the best version of the best home version.
And then
of
a few that aren't in the
Donkey Kong
ColecoVision area that are actually
Zaxxon that you can
ColecoVision.
play.
Yeah,
like it was
Might be a little higher.
very close.
Right on the iArcade, those
very close to the arcade. So if you had that if you had that in your house, you were like the king of the block. Everybody wanted to come over and play that.
Now, to me, I look at the chart and it says that the ColecoVisions are like 298 and like really low. So I think if they gave a sale,
there's 32 ColecoVision games right now in the iArcade store. 32
ColecoVision games for $40. I think they would do pretty well with sales, and they wouldn't lose any money.
Yeah,
you don't have any of the ColecoVision games, Cuddles. You're just waiting for the one game.
I just want Carnival, and if Zaxxon ever came out, but
there's some fun games in there. Venture's good, Frenzy's good, Slurpee's good,
and I was like,
Bump and Jump is fun. Antarctic Adventure. They have a lot of good
Antarctic Adventure with the penguin.
They have the one where I used to have where you steal the paintings.
Jungle Hunt. Jump Me and Junior.
I had that.
They got some good ones. Choplifter. Choplifter.
But
you got to keep in mind these games are like they're ancient. I mean these are games
I did announce last week that the Friday night arcade show is going to have a one night ColecoVision competition. So everyone's going to get to pick their favorite ColecoVision game that wants to be involved, and we're all going to have to play them, and we're going to add up all the scores and see who become the champion.
This is iArcade.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's my ColecoVision clip.
Very nice.
I was trying to remove this.
$5 for $5. Okay. I mean, they're very poor sellers. We can't deny that. $5 for $5. Put them in packs, as you said in the past. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or even bigger. Maybe make them like 3 packs or 2 packs. I mean. Yeah, just give us a bunch of them, and let us, figure out which ones we like.
Well, if you do 3 for $3 and you like one of them, probably you keep it.
Yeah, the game sounds a lot better. We were just picking up the sound from my microphone, but I have a stream of playing it. The sound sounds okay when you listen to it when it's streamed directly from the cab. Brooklyn Menace has played the game now. It sounds much better. He says he's really enjoying it, but you have to put yourself back in the ColecoVision days to really appreciate it. And
any of those classic games, you got to think of the era of the hardware. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't compare this game to like Donut Dodo. I mean, I compare this game to the other ColecoVision games I can pick to choose from. And as far as a ColecoVision game, it's not bad. But
Donut Dodo, as far as like being an arcade game, it would have fit in the 80s time frame perfectly. And the ColecoVision games, again, any of those classic games, you have to think of those days. Absolutely do.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that was all I have. What do you guys think? Any closing thoughts? What you got going on, everybody? What do you have going on?
Hopefully, Glenn plays Annalyn, and he could maybe speak to some of the higher ups, and we could get Annalyn. And
Annalyn is a heavily wanted title, heavily wanted.
And Machine Gun Fury, that's the number one most wanted, and also desktop basketball.
There you go.
Don't bash it until you've tried it. Everybody was bashing this Princess game, but I guess some people have played it, and
Did you play the Princess game?
No.
You could play it for like 15 minutes and return it.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That music.
Okay. What you got going on next?
Oh yeah, I'll just be doing some more game and get back into Saturn, and I may try this game.
Did CP Fluid pass you up?
Based on Brooklyn's
just checked.
recommendation, he bit the bullet and he's playing it now. So
yeah. Where you at, Nick's 20 million still? Last time I checked,
29 million on Saturn.
Damn, 29. Whoa. What level is that? 50, 60?
54, I think.
Yeah.
The game's maximum difficulty is 60.
You have to get your multiplier up. I had mine sitting around 300 at one point. Just don't die. Just don't
basically
die.
On the edge of the most difficult impossibleness of the game.
Yeah, but Nick's on some of these runs, when they throw 3 of those god machines at you, like every 3 levels, it seems like it's against you. You know what I mean? How do you...
Let me just say that too.
It all depends on the weapons that you have.
Rovertron has the humanoids.
You don't want to use your basic guns. You want to always try to have a power up.
Saturn has the keepers, and the keepers are a great gameplay mechanic. When they pop out of the background and those little squares come on, and they're doing the lasers, it's fantastic.
And you hear the sound effect.
What a great gameplay element.
Yeah, and they announce themselves with the sound effect, Brad.
Space Mountain on steroids sound. Yeah, it's great,
dude.
They nailed that game. It's fantastic. Let's go to now, Glenn. I just community posted that you have a contest going on. You want to tell everyone about your contest?
I do. It's actually New Wave Toys. It's like a community give back. I did a poll recently about what people felt were the companies that listened the most. New Wave Toys took 45%. I think iiRcade was at 38%. So they're right behind it. So very high numbers from these companies. So I was reached out by Shiloh, who's the CEO of New Wave Toys, and he wants to offer up one signed food fight. So all you do is just be subscribed to my channel. I think I have 3 subscribers right now, which is awesome. And
Glenn, I just subscribed.
There we go. I got 4 now. 4 people. So it just has to be a subscriber to the channel. Belong to the official New Wave Toys Facebook fan page, the official New Wave Toys global fan page, and just put a comment down below what you like about New Wave Toys, and you'll be entered to the contest. And we will have the drawing or the winner on Kicking Old School on March 3rd.
Thank you so much. And checking out Kicking It Old School is a great show. Check it out.
What a great way. Glenn, that's awesome that they reached out to you, and that that's how community works. That's really cool. Community and Food Fight is one of my favorite games. So to get that signed would be awesome. So everybody subscribe.
Well, that's the thing. The whole point of all of us here doing what we're doing is to get engagement between the community and being like a bridge to these companies. And New Wave Toys, iiRcade with Zhang, and even At Games, they're all very much in with the community and offering things. Like At Games doing New Owners Day. For that same reason, they're trying to give back them big discounts. Zhang, I'm working with him, and we all know Zhang. He would give the shirt off his own back, to give us a good experience. So that's kind of a really good thing. And New Wave Toys is no different. They have a very high quality product. They've always stood behind it. If anyone had a problem, a lot of times it wasn't a lot, but if something weird did happen, they stepped right up and took care of it. And they've always been respectful. What else could you ask for?
There it is.
Awesome. The iiRcadians are a 100% based community show. We're made by the community for iiRcade, and we don't force people out. We try to accept everyone and love everyone. Isn't that right, Kev Gret?
You have cuddles on the stream, so that proves your point right there.
Yeah, as long as you're civil. If you're civil, you can. I like people that have different opinions than me.
Dude, it's great.
I don't want an echo chamber of the same opinion.
No, and Cuddles
this show will always have a little bit of. I want people that disagree,
because
we.
Thank
you, Cuddles, so much for being yourself.
Yeah, dude.
You're always welcome.
We appreciate it.
This is your home. This is your home.
If it's all positive, it's not fun.
I hear you.
Yeah.
You need a balance of the force. You got to balance the force, and that's true. Like I like the retro stuff. You don't like the retro stuff. It's good to have other people's opinions. That's how you get a bigger worldview and you get a bigger view of the community.
Yeah.
Too much the same is not good. And a big hello to Dawn of Time. Welcome to the stream. We always like having you here. Shout out to BA, who I just saw in the chat. Goofyfoot's always here. Thank you, Goofy.
That
mod I showed you was Goofyfoot's mod, by the way. Glenn, Goofyfoot did that mod with the gate switcher.
Yeah. Yep, that was a nice, beautiful done. Yeah.
I'm hearing things this week. Is there any craziness going on in the iArcade community Friday? Blink twice if we're getting Operation Wolf or a new UI. I'm hearing rumors, but I can't.
Oh, let me tell you,
you got. Turn off the stream, Brad. He's going to tell me.
I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a good week, right, for us. So
wait, I think.
Wait, let's see how long Glenn can hold that. Let's see how long he can hold that. Let's just freeze it.
Pause.
Yeah, could be an exciting week for us. From you hear
It might be.
Sure.
It might be.
Sure he can't tell us. I'm sure
Princess Quest 2, guys. Princess Quest 2.
Princess 2. Princess Quest 2.
Versus 3. They're gonna skip 2 and go right to 3.
Yeah. And I'm gonna check out Star for sure. That's on my list of things to do.
I gotta look at that.
Let's see. Kevgrad, do you have anything special going on? Because I never got a chance to kind of do a little plug.
I got a video filmed about at games real quick. Just something you can do it for $20 or less. And PSVR 2 this week. I plan on streaming every day as soon as I get it to show the community if they don't have theirs yet. If they want to get it, so that's about it. Now that I feel better with my energy level, I'm going to try to get back to streaming and doing more videos. But that's about it. And hopefully Friday.
Shout out to the 0 super chats I got for this entire stream. I made 3. I made 3 new super chat things.
YouTube sent you a bill, Brad. I heard
they sent me a bill. Yeah, it's like it's because if you don't in this show, you don't have to pay to have your super chat read. You notice we're constantly involving the chat, and we're not asking for super chats. But I actually did make some super chat animations. I did want to up my YouTube game. I was told that was missing. So, and Brooklyn does a fantastic job. He gets some of the coolest ones. So I had a good mentor to follow. Glenn, rocking Popeye in the back.
Yeah,
one of the best arcade games.
I put it on my Legends, dude.
I love Popeye.
I cannot believe how much strategy, how
Popeye's
fun.
amazing.
Popeye is insane. Like I've been playing it, trying to run it through, and I'm like, this game is insane. It's up there with the classics. So yeah, I've been playing it a lot lately.
And
so
trivia
on the background.
That was the Donkey Kong was supposed to be Popeye. That was the original premise of the game, but Nintendo couldn't get the license for Popeye, and then it became Donkey Kong and Jumpman, which later became Mario.
Wow!
Awesome! Look! He's helping me out.
Got one.
We have an imaginary $6.66 from the horned one himself, Brooklyn Menace.
See?
Okay, let's play the super chat video. I've been dying to play these. Okay, let's play it. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I don't have one of those fancy things with the buttons where you hit it and it plays the video, so I got to scroll through all my videos. Just wait 1 second.
Yeah, you got to get yourself one of these little bad boys. You got to get one of those little devils there.
I need one of those. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is for Brooklyn Menace.
All right, let's
go.
Wait,
I'm supposed to have a lowerling say the chat. So I'm supposed to call one of you out.
All right,
and then you're supposed to read it because it's supposed to be like I can't read.
Yeah,
okay.
Brooklyn Menace with the 666 super chat. Play the super chat video, crying face. There you go.
Here we go.
It's all on already try. You love me. As you look into my eyes, call me cutie. I like how they realize that I'm here to stay, that I'm reaching for the sky. Sky. I'm reaching for the sky.
There you go. Hey, thank you for that super chat.
I think he just put a charge back into PayPal.
Yeah. Good.
It wasn't good enough for him.
Mission accomplished. Now we're demonetized.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I made one more. You want to see it? Someone throw in an imaginary super chat, and I'll play my other video because I worked hard on these. This took a while to make these. Come on, guys! Someone throw in an imaginary super chat. Look at this.
$1,000.
Kevgrad.
There you go.
$1 million super chat. $1 million super chat. Thank you so much.
Let's get it,
Thank
Brad.
you so
now
much,
you're
man.
rich.
We are rocking it here.
You're rich.
well spent, Kevret.
There you
Money
go.
well spent.
Thank
$1 million
you. Thank you.
ever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
And I want to thank everyone that was on our panel today for coming out and talking about these old ColecoVision games and just cutting up and having a little fun, because that's what the community should be all about, is having fun and talking about games. Anyone have anything else they want to say before I kick us out?
Good show, everybody. Thanks for coming on, Glenn and Carlos.
Thank you.
Nick. Awesome. Thanks for having me, Brad.
Thank you for watching.
This is Papa Brad, and I'm proud to announce that my channel now has memberships. If you would like to support the iiRcadian show or Papa Brad's gaming on the crazy arcade adventures he goes on, you can do so. I have 3 different levels: iiRcadian's Illuminati, the iiRcadian's Inner Circle, and the iiRcadian's High Council. You'll get exclusive content that you'll only be able to view in each category. So if you enjoy what my channel does, and you want to give us a little support, help pay for the StreamYards and the expenses of doing the show, this is a completely optional thing, and I'm just putting it out there. So thank you. This is Papa Brad's Gaming, reminding you to stay legit.
Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone